My name is Muhammad Awal Adamu from HMS TV. With me here is.
My name is Suleiman Mohammed Baba. Thank you for having me.
Alright, Sulaiman Baba. Today's topic is the effect of artificial intelligence, that is AI, on the educational system.
Okay.
So the first question goes like this: how is AI changing the role of teachers in the classroom, and what skills would they need to adapt to for the new landscape?
Okay. MashaAllah. Thank you for having me once again. Before I dive into the AI's role in education and at the same time the teachers and the students, as far as the system and the sector is concerned, I would like us to quickly reflect back to the interception of AI. AI intercepted mid of 20th century by some scientists, which they understand that teaching and learning should be seamless and understandable. Uh, Before I will go further, I would like us to know what the AI means. AI is a machine that performs a computer activities with specifically instructor of an intelligent human capacity. AI cannot function alone without the instructor. Who is the instructor? Who is the human? And at the same time, the AI, in some basic reasons, the AI's information in terms of communication is always in roboting manners. When I mean by roboting manners, we mean it gives information based on robots. And that is why it is good for teachers and students in education sector to understand that AI is a personal learning machine to encourage teaching and learning to take place. So if someone, an individual, using the AI in terms of learning, the person has to be knowledgeable enough to understand how AI works. AI is a two-way communication. Two-way communication in the sense that you instruct the AI on what you needed. In most cases, those that use AI normally ask AI questions in this following. They may say, can you make an information that I will present for an interview? AI may give you a clue, an instances, and also an outline, which may not be consonant to what we are supposed to have discussed. So at this point, it's giving you what we call personalized learning. So that at the end of the day, you may be able to digest and pick all the points that you needed and apply it for your own presentation. And some may said, AI, can you make me a video, me presenting? AI may do that, but with some information that you needed to make provision. And these informations are probably adding up your picture or the information that you needed to present as a video. And AI will easily do that video for you at a very short period of time. And some uses a suggesting word. Suggest. AI, can you suggest so word for me to be able to utilize and so that? And AI may do that for you as well. So at this point, AI in teaching profession, as far as education is concerned, it starts to serve as enhancing knowledge of the teacher and student. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So now, what are the potential benefits of using the AI tools for personalizing learning, and how can they help address the diverse needs of the students and the school premises?
Okay, thank you very much. The advantages of AI are numerous, but I'm going to give a few out of
Mm.
the numerous ones. because AI helps in a different capacity. So let's speak from the individual perception. The AI allows the tutor and visualize assistance. Who is the tutor? That is the teacher. We can assume having an online classes with student without being seeing ourselves in a physical classroom situation. This helps a lot, and allowing the student to be able to reverse back to what has been taught in that lesson or lecture. And at the same time, the student may easily absorb and understand most of the concept that has been discussed. Before we dive into that, in education we have three levels of learning. We have the primary learning, secondary learning, and the tertiary learning. And all these levels of learning has to do with psychological perception of learning. When we say primary, we mean where the information has been absorbed by individual in the classroom situation. Then the secondary, that is where the information has been understood by the student and also that of the tutor when in a visualizing assistant classroom situation. Then at the tertiary level, this is where the memory or the understanding of individual perception in terms of education has understand the concept of what has been taught in the classroom situation, and we will never forget about it. At this point, this is where we call the memorization of each and every knowledge someone wants to understand. But in the primary stage, you can easily understand and be forgettable. Then the secondary were being used most especially for examiner. For example, when you read your materials or you read for exams, there are some concepts that you read them for exam purpose. And immediately after exam, all those knowledge, all those ideas are being forgotten. That is in secondary memory in terms of psychological perception. Then the tertiary memory, this is where the knowledge, the idea, the creativity has been installed permanently and an individual memory of understanding. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Um, what ethical consideration should school keeps in mind when implementing AI technologies, especially concerning student data privacy?
Thank you very much for that. Before I will dive into that, I think first of all, the privacy of students, as far as the AI is concerned, we don't need much. Uh, we don't need much ideas and initiative when it comes to privacy. But utilizing the AI, it should be what the school or the education has to do more. What are those things? For example, I give my students an assignment to write, and this student went ahead and used the AI to solve my assignment for me. So as a lecturer, I'm familiar with AI, and immediately I see that, I cancel it. Do you know the reason why? Because knowledge was not established in that assignment. An assignment was given for knowledge to be established. Let me take us back to what Google does before the coming of AI. Google is a searching engine where individuals go there to source for information. And you will agree with me that this information were being retrieved from the Google, digest, vetting to the actual facts and content of what an individual student were looking for as far as that assignment is concerned. But with the case of AI, it's not the same thing. They just like garbage in, garbage out. No any digest. And believe me, when you ask AI a question, AI is not limited is unlimited. So as far as AI is unlimited, you may go extra mile where we are not being taught to solve a problem. Because AI, as a problem solving machine, decision making machine, and also learning practical machine, as far as the student using it, you need to be cognizant of what you are looking for. You have to ensure that the information you are looking for is in line with the subject matter. That is where the biggest problem is. And by doing that, most of our, rational way of thinking is limited. AI is limiting those rational thinking of creativity and ideas where someone's supposed to think and come up with solution. Let me use an example like in America. I have a friend who happens to be in America. I think it is from that friend I was able to know what is AI in the first place. And I told him that it's a very nice machine as far as education is concerned, and also to perform so many tasks of an individual as far as organization is concerned. But the biggest problem is when utilizing it, there must be a limitation in human capacity absorption. He now told me that, do you know that even the president of USA, Joe Biden, speech was written by AI? Are you not telling me? Are you sure of what you're saying? He said, he's very sure. But I said there must be human capacity involvement. How? Reviewing, rewriting, and reorganizing. Because AI should be a guiding principle in terms of writing, but not to be the writer. Because when the AI becomes the writer, you may be misleading. Because AI may not give you the accurate situation of what is happening in your own community, or when it comes to situation where you are supposed to have discussed. So, the educational sector, in order to allow the student to manage AI wisely, we have to advocate on these areas so that at the end of the day, our students, our teachers should not rely on AI. Believe me, we may not be knowledgeable enough to be able to present ourselves outside AI. For example, when you give a question that somebody is supposed to have, use his verbally reasoning and answer a question, will not start looking for AI to answer that question. There is a problem already. There is a problem. Because if you are conversant with AI and you cannot do with AI, believe me, you are being misled already. You cannot solve problem without AI. So it is good. AI should be our guide. AI should give us a guidelines. Then we improve it in a human way. That's why from the first instance I said most of the AI communication is robotic communication and also in written. And when we say robotic communication and in written, it means he's not being presenting his information or statement on the basis of human capacity. No, he's speaking on robot. I know when you were speaking on robots, and as a human, we'll have an issue already. Because it is the human that creates the AI. And at the same time, AI cannot work without human intelligence because AI is using the human intelligence to communicate. Then it also going to help the enhancement of learning materials. We can easily dive to AI and get our learning materials in schools, but not dependently of what the AI was giving, because that is where the biggest problem is. If you are dependent on AI, on what AI is giving, you will be misleading. Because before you are able to come up with the material in AI, as far as AI machine is concerned or device, you must understand the curriculum.
Okay. Sorry. As far as AI is concerned, is already important to all Nigerian students,
Yes.
as to speak.
Mm.
Okay, before the coming of AI, we use Google.
Yes.
to find answers to questions.
Yes.
And there's a way you, after getting answers from Google,
Yes.
you do citation,
Yes.
like from this source.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But coming to AI, we all know we are using AI.
Yes.
But when you pick an answer from AI, and the lecturer also know the answer is coming from AI, is there not a way that you can say, like, you understand what I'm trying to say? The same way, okay, you define something online and Suleiman Baba under it. That's where you do the citation under it, Suleiman Baba 2019, this and that.
Yes.
So coming to AI, because most lecturers now, when they see the answer is coming from AI, cancel. When they see the project research is coming from AI directly, they cancel it. So what advice, like how can the Nigerian student goes about it in terms of, as you said, checking and rewriting,
yes,
so that it shouldn't be directly from AI or ChatGPT?
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful question. I think the AI is an exclusive as far as the learning is concerned. But in Google, the information we retrieve when it comes to assignment or citation, like project or citing of the source, that is the scholar of the information that you are getting from. In Google, they were also there, but in that of the AI, you must ask AI. Like, for example, AI, can you help me define the meaning of a man with citation of scholar? Then you have to be specific. Which year do you need it? You have to be specific. When you specify the year, then the AI is going to generate the definition of that man and also citation. And also, in your first comment, you must also include the referencing format that you are using. Is it the APA format? Because that is most of the educational referencing format. That is Association Psychological of America, APA. So AI is going to give you the reference based on the information you have given. Now, how can we curtail the gap between the AI and human in terms of rating information when it comes to assignment and other documents of educational view? AI, like I said, there are some grammars. Like, for example, like from my own perception, any sentence that I'm reading and I see something like landscape, I know it's from AI. When I see landscape, I know it's from AI. When I see robots, from the statement, because AI always wishes to quote one or two things of his own future in every comment, in every statement that he's releasing to an individual. So at that point, I will able to understand that this student is using AI. So for us as educationalists, we will not discourage the student from using the AI, but utilizing it as a source of information retrieval, just the way we use the Google. Because nobody depends on Google. I remember there are some days when you ask questions in a classroom situation where you are teaching, the next thing student will start looking for their phone and Google it and answer you. And most of these lecturers were familiar with a summative word. What I mean by summative word is quotation of someone's work. That is why when a student is writing a project and he quotes something that has to do with someone's contribution, not his own verbal word, the project supervisor or the supervisor may ask him source of this information. He may underline it because he knew that this information is not coming from you. And there is this AI detecting machine that we have these days in universities, and this plagiarism that we detect. We will just copy that statement and put it in the plagiarism. We will easily detect to us that this is where you are getting the information, and it's going to give all the scholars of that information. So, students, we have to utilize the AI wisely. but not to depend on them and not to garbage whatsoever they have received from the AI directly into their daily activities when it comes to educational activities.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, as far as AI is moving, so how do you envision the future of education with AI? And what should institutions do to prepare for the future? Because both the students coming from secondary school are familiar with AI, coming to tertiary institution. So coming there, their brain is
Mm,
broad with AI already. So
mm.
how do the lecturers prepare for the future of the Nigerian student coming?
Thank you very much for this wonderful question. And I think before I answer this question, I would like to dive in from 2018 to 2019. From one of my paper, because there was a paper I wrote, teaching science with information and communication technology in secondary school. You will agree with me that since the intervention of information and communication technology, most especially the CBT exams, most of the students from secondary school were not computer literate. They are not computer literate. And then the utilization of Android phone, iPhone, iPad, laptops were not available at that time. So I started asking ourselves, in a tertiary institution, computer has been made a compulsory course to each and every program run in a university system. If it is compulsory, then we're supposed to have computer literacy right from the grassroots, which is senior secondary school. From there, I think I was able to advise in shifting of the curriculum and also utilizing the e-learning, that is the electronic learning, into the education system. And I was there. We have not knew of this COVID-19 pandemic. But do you know that since the coming of COVID-19 pandemic, it has drawn the educational system as far as Nigeria is concerned backward. Most of the academic calendars were being clashed. Exams were being rushed. So to me, it's like at the end of the day, the knowledge that has been supposed to be acquired at that stand or at that level, it has been compromised. It has been compromised entirely because at the end of the day, students read to pass exams, not to understand. So, in order the government and educational sector to utilize the AI, we must ensure that students are computer literate, knowing the ethics, because children of nowadays, 21st century, adultery become a daily job. A student of JS1, JS2 will start forming like someone that is already in high institution. The level of adultery is alarming, most especially where we have combination of the same different gender, likewise of the same gender. These mobile phones has caused a lot of damage as far as education system is concerned. But we may not consider the damage, but looking at the positivity and the future of what will happen with the AI. So AI should be encouraged wisely. We have courses on AI in a different platform, which at the end of the day, the students and the education sector will be up to date information of what is being established in the global settings. As of recent, from the Minister of Education, Professor Tyre, he says Nigerian curriculum, as far as primary school, that is basic education, from primary 1 to primary 6, from JS1 to JS3, there should be skills that are being introduced into the curriculum. And the number one skills before any other skills is computer literacy, because they understand that there is no way in any professional or in any certain organization you need computer activities wherever you find yourself. Now, we are talking about the skills. AI is at liberty to coach, most especially the educational planner, on what to do. Like, for example, I have a friend who wants to establish a business and he doesn't have much knowledge on that business. And I told him that use AI. AI may give you some clue, then you develop it and utilize it. And he was able to do that. And AI was able to give him all the outline of the business that he was supposed to have done when giving the information to the AI. And AI was able to give him all the solutions. Now he utilized it. It's a plus to us. Okay, now let's look at what is happening in other developing nations. This year alone, I think I was able to attend 2 online programs with Commonwealth University in UK, London. What I understand is they are developing their curriculum every 5 years. How do I be able to understand this is when we are being trained by our e-facilitator. We have been trained, we are supposed to have, the training is supposed to have elapsed for like 3 weeks. But unfortunately, when we kickstart this training for 1 week, then later, the director of that program draw the attention of the e-facilitator that what we have been taught is more than 5 years. So it means that knowledge is outdated. So immediately they retrieve it and they have to draw us back and start afresh, coming up with a new curriculum that has been done within 5 years, not out of 5 years, like more than 5 years. But when we start looking at the Nigerian curriculum, the recent one I've seen, you see 2014, 2019 curriculum. When you start calculating 2014, 2019 curriculum to 2024, the gaps is too much.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Suleiman Baba. We appreciate all your response, and I believe the Nigerian students, lecturers, and teachers out there will benefit a lot from all you have said. We appreciate everything. Keep watching. Time to time, check on HMS TV. We're always available to help you at all time. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you very much.